guys, this is what happens when you've got us for 2 hours. Now I start laughing for no reason. Welcome to the show, grade 11s. I am Looney, and that is Lou.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Before we start, how many times have you given out a shout out?
Yo, so many times.
Plenty, right?
Yeah?
So you've given out plenty.
Yeah?
Akiri.
Yeah?
Okay. Now, I did some funny thing over the holidays.
Yes?
Right. And over the holidays, I promised 2 groups of people.
Okay.
Okay, so they know who they are. They group K and I.
K and I.
K and I.
Okay.
Right? And I want to say hello, and I miss you, Stacks. So I'm sure we'll see you soon.
What are you talking about?
Well, one day when you're old enough, I'll tell you.
Okay. Hi, group K and I. Hi. But I
And
think
one
that-
of them
okay.
said they love you to bits. Well, more
Oh.
than one. They said they love you, and I need to ask you what. I hate to use it like that. What akiri means.
A what?
Akiri.
A kiddie.
Akiri.
Kiri.
They said it's like, do you understand? Or yes. So, well, that's what they used the whole time. So I said I laughed when I heard it. So I would use it. And they said, yeah, please do, and tell Looney we say hello.
Okay, anyway. Yeah. Thanks. Grade 11s. We're doing photosynthesis today. Because now Lou is talking about stuff I don't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Don't worry.
You'll tell me during the break.
One day.
Yeah. No, during the break. Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook and on Twitter. Add Learn Extra. And then remember to download the show notes, the videos, and the schedules on learn.mindset.co.za. Now, we've got something more. You see, instead of downloading, if you don't want to download the notes, you can view the notes. So now there's an option to download and an option to view. So we've got 2 options, guys. It will be on our Facebook page, all right? Hey, grade 10, grade 11, ha, ha, ha. Then I'll say download and view. So you can choose which one you want. But now...
Download or view. Pick one. Right, so we're doing photosynthesis. Here we go. Photo meaning what? Photo, Looney, what does photo mean? Yeah.
Taking pictures.
Photo. So what do we have at photo late at night? At late at night, what do we use on a photo?
Night mode. Yeah. What are you talking
When you take a photo at night, what do you use?
A flash.
And what is a flash?
Light.
There we go. So photo meaning light. Very nice. And synthesis meaning making something.
Yes.
Right. So photosynthesis means making something from light. It's nice and easy. Right. So here we go. What we're going to do, this lesson, we're going to have a look at the process of photosynthesis. First of all, okay? Then we're going to have a look at, for example, in the photosynthesis, there's 2 types of phases, right? We're going to have a look at the light and the dark phase, which is quite cool, yes? Then we're going to look at the importance of photosynthesis. Trust me when I say importance. Then we're going to have a look at how certain things affect, or the amount of certain things that affect it. For example, carbon dioxide, temperature, and what's the other one? Where's it? The amount of light. There we go. The amount of light and how that affects how much photosynthesis takes place. Okay. And then we're going to have a look at the role of ATP, which is what, Looney?
ATP.
Yeah. 2 or 3 years. I can't remember how many. And she still never knows what that word is.
ATP.
ATP
No, you've
in
never.
plants and animals. Adenosine triphosphate, the energy carrier molecule.
Hey, how did you say I can go now?
Hey?
How did you think I was going to know that?
ATP, it carries
No.
energy.
No.
I know, she knows, she's just fooling you. Right, okay, so that's what we're going to do this lesson. But before we start, I need to give you a challenge question. Okay, now I want answers. Make sure I get it. Okay, so the challenge question is, the light phase of photosynthesis leads to have the formation of 2 products, ATP and NADPH2. Okay, that is what happens after the light phase. Question is, state the function of ATP and NADPH2, sorry, I forget about that all the time, during the process of photosynthesis. What is the point of ATP and NADPH2? What is the point of it? That's the question into simple terms. Okay, listen carefully and see if we can get it going. Cool. Now, first thing we're going to have a look at. The process of photosynthesis. Nice and easy. Photosynthesis is the process by where light is converted into chemical energy. Okay? Light is converted into the light that comes from the sun, and the plants take that and they make chemicals, and that's a type of energy. Right, chemical energy. That's what photosynthesis is. Okay, now, sunlight, as I said, is changed into chemical energy. Quite easy, because you do know that energy can never be made or destroyed. It can just be changed. Right, Looney? Did you know that?
Energy
Yeah.
can never be made or
Destroyed.
yes,
It can only be?
changed.
See? Did you do science?
Yes.
See, Keisha. Some brains up there, I like it. Right? It made it into a chemical energy of sugar and other organic compounds, like, for example, starch. Right. So all of that, all the sun's rays gets taken in, and it gets made into things like ATP, and gets made into things like glucose, and gets made into things like starch, right? That's what it is. Now, next thing, this process consists of a series of chemical reactions. So these reactions have to take place, right? So let's have a look at it. It requires carbon dioxide, which is CO2. Yeah? Carbon dioxide, there it is, and water, H2O. It's not H20. Okay, how many people have you know that always says, I want some H20?
No.
Have you never heard of it? I've heard some people. The two's at the bottom of the H. There's two H's and only one O, just for the record. Okay, cool? And it stores chemical energy in the form of sugar. Easy, simple. That's what it needs. Carbon dioxide needs water, and it makes sugar. That's the whole point of photosynthesis. Okay? Now, photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast. It's those little green things found in a cell. Can you remember them? And it's got thylakoids and all of that type of stuff, right? Those are called your chloroplasts. Okay? Now, takes place in there. It is an anabolic process and requires enzymes. What does anabolic mean? Come. Looney, what does anabolic mean? Okay. You know you get bodybuilders. And what do they take?
Steroids.
Okay, what is a type of steroid called?
Ugh. Anabolic.
Why would it be called what is this? What is a bodybuilder trying to do? Get big. Right. So he's going from something like me, very small,
Yeah.
into something big.
Big.
Okay? Anabolic steroids. The steroids that make you get?
Big.
So what does anabolic mean? Building.
Big. Build.
Okay, so it builds things. Anabolic, building up. Catabolic sounds like?
Making small.
Cutting the way. Yes, catabolic is breaking down. So we're looking at an anabolic process, building up. We cool? Nice. Okay, so we all understand that. So far, this is getting very easy. Huh? I think it's awesome. Hey, Looney,
Yes.
time to use your imagination. Okay, so what do we need for photosynthesis?
Light.
Light. Why light? Because it says photo.
Yes.
Yeah, photo. What else do we need? We need light. Yes, what else?
Plants.
We need plants. So we need chlorophyll. That's nice. I like that. Plants. What else? Come, Looney.
Water.
We need water. Very nice. There's one more main ingredient.
What did I say? Light.
Light, water,
Plants.
chlorophyll.
Okay.
What are you breathing out, my girl?
Oh, hey, man, come on.
What
Oxygen.
What are you breathing out?
Out. Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. She just needs a nudge off to get going. Hey, just a nudge.
Yeah.
Cool. So you need water. You need carbon dioxide. You need light. Okay, very important. You need chlorophyll. Where do you find chlorophyll?
From plants. From the green.
From the green,
From the green plants.
from the green plants. Yes.
Chlorophyll.
Yes. Chlorophyll is found inside the chloroplast, and that's what gives the plant its green color. Not the plant is green to make chlorophyll. Huh? You understand? Okay, the plant is green because it's got chlorophyll.
Yes.
Yeah.
There, I told you, from the green plants. It makes sense to me.
Sometimes they're special.
Gee.
Definitely. Right. Then we also need enzymes. In other words, something to make this reaction happen. Okay, that's simple. Then what we get out at the end is a stuff called glucose, and we get out what? What's that stuff? We get glucose, and what else? What does plants give us? Why should we not cut plants down?
Oxygen.
What do you mean oxygen?
They give off
They give off oxygen. So they take in what?
carbon dioxide.
And they give off?
oxygen.
Very nice. So Looney can be taught.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man.
Definitely. Now, that is a very simple thing. Now let's do it in a chemical equation, which you need to know. Okay? So let's have a look at this. We need water, which is H2O, am I right? Okay? And we need carbon dioxide, which is CO2, am I right? And we're going to kick out this thing called it's actually called C6H12O6 plus oxygen. Okay? Now, there's numbers in the front here, you will notice. Okay? Those numbers are very, 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 very important because you must take this as a machine. Whatever you have on this side, you've got to have the same on that side. Or whatever you have on that side's got to be the same on this side. Okay? So for example, if I've given in 6 carbons, how many must I have on the other side? 6. So you need to have a balanced equation. So we need 6 water molecules, right? 6 of them. Plus we need 6 carbon dioxide molecules. Do you understand where I'm coming from? 6 carbon dioxide molecules to make C6H12O6, right? Which is glucose. And we'll end off with 6 oxygen molecules. It's called the balance equation in science. Looney, can you remember those?
Balancing equations.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible.
See, it's not that bad. She makes him sound so bad it isn't. Whatever you have on the one side has got to be identical to what you have at the end of the other side. It's not that bad. Trust yourself, you can do it. Okay. Looney, on the other hand, very special. Have to love her. Now, this is where we come to the crux of the matter. Big crux. Okay. Photosynthesis is divided into 2 parts. Okay. It's divided into 2 parts. It's divided into the light phase and it's divided into the dark phase. Looney, what happens in the light phase?
Growth.
She just spits it out. What happens? What do we use in the light phase?
Light.
What do we use in the dark phase?
Dark.
Since when can you use dark?
Because now you're making me seem like
You're right. No, you're right. What happens in the light phase? We use light. Light is needed. What do we use? What do we need in the dark phase? No light. Perfect answer.
okay.
Okay, that's why they call them the light phase and the dark phase. One you need light, one you don't need light. I want you to think about that very carefully. One you need light, one you don't need light. Light phase, you need light. Dark phase, you don't need light. There's a reason why I'm stopping there. Okay, now, let's have a look at it. Okay, your light is going to come in from the sun. Right, we're happy with that. Okay, we are going to grab this water from our roots, yeah? Right from down there, and like a straw all the way to where we need it. Okay, cool. There we go. Then, we're going to take that. And what actually happens is, we use that light to cut the oxygen. Well, I don't want to go into too much detail, but it cuts the water molecule, and that's how we get energy. Okay? But we're going to take in, right? We're going to take in the water, we're going to take in the light, and we're going to make this energy-carrying thing called ATP. I'm going to write it up here again. ATP. Right. Now, remember water. Let's just put water here. H2O. Okay, let's remember that. We have this thing called NADP. NADP. Okay, so we have this molecule called NADP. We're happy with that. You're all with me so far. Now that is a little taxi. That's a little taxi. And this water molecule comes into the place where this was all happening. Okay, cool. And we're going to split the water and the oxygen molecule. The sun like cuts it in half. Huh? The oxygen molecule, what happens to that? That goes one way. We give it off. There we go. Oxygen molecule gets given off, goes back into the atmosphere. What do I have left? I've got a hydrogen molecule. Okay, cool. Now that hydrogen molecule is standing there shaking by himself like saying, oh man, what am I going to do next? Hey, Lenny? Am I right? Yeah, Lenny's. And all of a sudden, out the middle of nowhere, comes this taxi, right? And that taxi is called NADP, right? And what happens when you join the hydrogen molecule on it? You're going to get NADPH2. There we go. NADPH2. Right? There we go. Now that there gets sent to the dark phase. Okay? The energy-rich hydrogen atom. Okay? They get sent to the dark phase. The ATP that we made gets sent to the dark phase. Okay? And that's what happens. Then we get to the dark phase. Right? In the dark phase, the plant takes in carbon dioxide. Am I right, Looney? The plant takes in carbon dioxide. You happy with that? The plant sucking in carbon dioxide.
Yes.
But a few minutes ago, you told me that the plant takes in oxygen.
The plant?
Yeah.
No. Isn't that what you said?
I don't know.
You said the plant takes in carbon dioxide and gives off
I'm
oxygen.
asking, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Okay.
No,
so the
don't
plant
make me
takes
doubt
in
myself, man.
plant takes in carbon dioxide, right? Now remember, this is happening in this big thing called the chloroplast, first of all. Okay? It takes in carbon dioxide and it uses these two things to make a thing called glucose. That glucose can then be stored as starch. Okay? And we store it as starch. That's the whole process of photosynthesis in a nutshell. Okay? Now, what actually happened? That is very, very important. Okay, this process is very, very important. Okay, main reason. Okay, if I have a look, I'm going to tell you now how this whole thing works. The main reason is without that we can't get oxygen. Am I right? Hey, Looney? Without plants we can't get oxygen. Very important. Very, very important. So let's look at the two phases different to each other. Okay, here we go. We're going to have a look at the light phase. Okay, this occurs in the grana. Okay, this occurs in the grana of the chloroplast. Now, you should know what grana is. It's found inside the chloroplast, right? And grana together make a thylakoid. Okay, so that's a grana, and together they make a thylakoid. That's a grana. That whole thing's a thylakoid. You happy with this? Okay, now it contains chlorophyll that absorb the light energy, okay, because it needs that light energy. The light, right, is absorbed and changes into a chemical potential energy. It means it has the potential to do something. Doesn't mean it's going to, it has the potential, right? You know, like your mom says to me, well, to you and my mom said to me is, you have the potential to be so much more. Hey, Looney?
Yes.
Did your mom ever say that to you?
Always.
You have the potential to be so much more. Hey, so I became a teacher. Well, that's good, right? And we store that energy, right, in a carrying called ADP to make it ATP. Okay? It's very important you know what ATP is. Right. Now, next thing. Water is broken down into oxygen and hydrogen ions, which I explained to you. That's what the energy actually does of the light. The sun comes in and it cuts the two up, right? So we've got oxygen here, hydrogen here. Oxygen, I'm brave. I'm leaving now. Out. Leaves. Hydrogen sits there and shakes, right? The hydrogen molecule. The oxygen is set free into the atmosphere, which I've been telling you about. The hydrogen molecule ions combine with a hydrogen carrying NADP, right? Simple thing. And the coenzyme, as a coenzyme to form NADPH2. Right. So all that NADP is a carrier. It's the trolley that's going to move. It's going to take the hydrogen to where it needs. It says, get out. Hydrogen's going to climb out. Takes is going to go back and go fetch the next one. That's how it works. Okay. It's very simple. Okay. Then, energy is used, right, in phosphate groups, right, to add, the energy used is bound in a molecule called ADP. Okay, it's a phosphate carrying molecule. Now you get ADP, which is adenosine. Well, let's go ADP first. There we go. Adenosine diphosphate. How many phosphates? 2. Adenosine triphosphate. 3. So as soon as you add the third one, there's a lot of energy. Okay, now I've pumped so much knowledge into you now, right, that I'm starting to get worried. Hey, Looney? Mm-hmm. Looney's got no clue what we're doing. So when we get back, I'm going to start asking you questions. Hey, Looney?
All right. Mindsetters, can I just be clear with you guys? When I said view and download, I meant that on the Facebook page, I've posted. Then I said, you can view. And then I was like, ... What's that? Semicolon. And then there's a link. That means it's just the link to the notes where you can view them. And then there's a part that's written download, semicolon, link. That link is where you can download. Because a lot of you are asking me, Looney, where can I download the notes? It's right there on the Facebook page. It's right there. And then someone else asked me to post the light and dark phase of photosynthesis. It's there. The image. Facebook. You'll see it. Let's take a break now. What are you doing? We'll see you guys. Howdy. Welcome. Llewellyn wants me to say hello to Sharon, because Sharon says just tuned in and have been waiting for this day. Love you guys. We love you too, Sharon. Thank you for watching the show. Now can we just clarify something here? Okay. You see now, I mentioned the download and the view before the break. Now the view is for everyone who doesn't have a PDF viewer that downloads the notes. That means if you don't have a smartphone, like if you don't have one of these and you can't download the notes, now the view is for you, because you can just click on the link and it will appear in your phone. If you have a feature phone, it will click on that link and you will see the notes, because we try to accommodate everybody. And then those of you who say you can't zoom in, you can. You just zoom in. Okay, well, I can. If you can't zoom in, guys, just try to, squint your eyes. But we're really trying to accommodate everyone. So if you don't have a smartphone and you have a feature phone, the view is for you. Click on the link. You will still be able to access the notes. Thanks and goodbye.
Now, Looney, there's a mindsetter on there.
Mm-hmm.
Just look. I think it's almost at the top. I cannot remember his or her name.
Yeah.
But I remember him saying that, hello, Mindsetters. It's the first time I'm ever joining you. I'm so glad to have joined you, or something like that. What is ATP, if I'm not mistaken? Who was it?
There's 2.
Is there 2 of them?
Onati and Christian.
That's it. And they asked, what's ATP?
And then you made it seem as though not knowing what an
But
ATP.
you special, Looney. It was the first time they're visiting us. You've been here for 2 years.
No, but now you made it seem like when you do life sciences, you're supposed to know what an ATP is. But you see now.
ATP it's a energy carrying molecule.
There.
ATP is adenosine triphosphate. So adenosine diphosphate is the taxi, right? And it picks up a phosphate molecule. As soon as it picks it up, it's got a lot of energy in it. It's called adenosine triphosphate. There we go. Hopefully that helped you. Hey, Looney, did you learn something?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And just to let you know, whether you knew or whether you've been here for years, we always recognize you, hey?
Yes.
That's why I wanted to make sure that your names were mentioned, so that you knew we do look for you.
Yes.
Right. Now, time for questions. Looney, are you ready, my girl?
Mm-hmm.
You better pay a lot of attention to this.
I'm watching now.
You're watching now. That's what I want to see. Okay, so let's see. Here we got this beautiful picture. What I've got is I've got a plant there, I've got an animal there, I've got gas Y and oxygen. Gas Y and oxygen. Now the question states, what is gas Y? Now gas Y is the opposite, if I'm not mistaken, to oxygen. Right? So let me see how this works. Okay. The plant takes in gas Y. Yes? Goes through a whole process, and through this process gives off oxygen. Okay? The animal takes in the oxygen, goes through this whole process giving off gas Y. And the plant takes in gas Y. What does plant take in, Looney? What does the plant take in?
It takes in carbon dioxide.
Clever girl. You know just what to say. Hey? Good. The next one we're having a look at is, where does gas Y enter the plant? She thought I'd make it easy for her, didn't she?
Where does gas
Y, so carbon dioxide. Where does carbon dioxide enter the plant? Watch her say something like the lungs.
No, I was about to say the leaves.
Yes.
That's it.
Almost, yes. That was good. Take that guess, huh?
That's it.
Yeah,
Almost.
but there's a specific part of the leaf. But the leaf is right. At least you didn't say bark or roots.
Oh, no, man. Come on.
You get where I'm coming from. Okay? That was good, Looney. I was very impressed with that.
I'm trying here.
I don't think you understand how impressed I am about that. Okay? It is found in the stomata. It goes through the stomata. Now, can you remember what the stomata is? Okay? The stomata look like bean-shaped cells, right? And they have a hole in the middle, okay? And those cells are called guard cells, and what they do is they open a hole, and the water can come through, and the carbon dioxide can go through. Okay, so that was very good, Looney. You don't understand how surprised I am, right? Well, no, wait, let me pull that back. Looney, I don't expect anything less.
No, like I'm really trying.
Yeah, of course you're trying. Since when don't you try?
I'm back.
Right. What do plants use gas Y for? Okay. What do the plants use the carbon dioxide for? That's quite a strange one. What does it use carbon dioxide for? Let's have a look. Photosynthesis. Okay, let's just understand, what does carbon dioxide do inside this whole system? Okay, let's just have a look. If I'm not mistaken, Looney, what do we need? What do we need? We need, just bear with me here. We need water, am I right? I'm just going to put a W for water. We happy with this? Looney, you happy with this, my girl?
Yeah.
W, we're going to need water, right?
Yes.
We're going to need sunlight. Okay, so SL. SL. We happy? We're going to need CO. Am I right? Carbon dioxide. Yes. You with me so far, Looney? Okay. Carbon dioxide. I'm going to need, let's see, sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, so what do we take in? Okay, we take in the water and we take in the sunlight. Am I right? We take in the water and we take in the sunlight and we cut it up. Now let's see what we get. We get H2O plus CO2 to make C6H12O6. What is this here? It's a carbon, right? Carbon is used to help make glucose. Can you remember the glucose molecule that we were talking about? Okay, it's part of the glucose molecule. We need the carbon. That's why we're taking carbon dioxide and not just plain oxygen. We need the carbon to make the, come on. What are we making?
Oxygen.
We're making glucose. You see what happens when she stops trying? Luna, you with me now again, girl?
Yes.
Good girl. Now, if I have a look at it, in which process does animals use oxygen? In which process does animals use oxygen? Okay, now this is a strange question because it's going to confuse you. If I had a look at that, Looney, just help me out here. Right, I got plants and they give off oxygen, right? Animals take in the oxygen, right? They give off gas Y, which is, let me put it in here.
Carbon
Oh,
dioxide.
come on. It is CO2, right? And the plants take in the CO2. We happy with that?
Yes.
Okay, so process A or process B? Where do the animals use the oxygen? A or B?
Where do they use?
This is A. This is B.
B.
Which process, A or B, would the animal use the oxygen? Would it be B, where they get the oxygen, or would it be C, where carbon dioxide is made?
B.
You
Where they
reckon
get the.
this is where they
use.
get the oxygen. This is where they start releasing carbon dioxide. It's difficult, hey? It's
tricky.
It's a tricky question. Watch carefully. This part is what the plants do to get rid of their oxygen. This is the process that animals do to get rid of their carbon dioxide. So which process, A or B? A, we're still getting the oxygen. B, we're still getting the oxygen.
So A.
A means we are using oxygen to make carbon dioxide, right? So in my eyes, it has to be A. It can't be anything else. So let's go see. Okay, it is not that one. It's that one. It is. Oh, whoa, went too fast. In which process is animals using? It's called cellular respiration. It's got to be cellular, or respiration is fine. It's cellular respiration. Okay, so that's the process where we use oxygen to make energy. Now, let me see if the next question is what I was looking for. That's it. Name process A or B. So let's get this again. In which process does animals use oxygen? We use it in cellular respiration. Can you remember that?
Cellular respiration.
Can you remember that?
Oh.
Which process, A or B? Name the process. Name the processes A and B. So this process, what's this process? What's this process? I've just told you exactly what it was in the last slide. Okay, if we have a look at it, process A is cellular respiration. Process A is where we use oxygen, and process B is where plants use the carbon dioxide. Okay, so process B is photosynthesis, and process A is carbon dioxide. Nice and easy, right? It's not that difficult. Next, if we have a look at the next one, what does the arrow label X represent? Ooh. Labeled X. So we're talking about this one here, this part here. What is that representing? Remember, there's up and down. That's all it is. Up and down. What is it representing? It's quite a strange question, this one, isn't it? Huh? Very difficult, I reckon. You need to know your stuff to understand this. That one, in my case, is carbohydrates. What it's saying is carbohydrates are passed from there to there. So carbohydrate is what the animals are going to eat out of the plants or get from the plants, right? Carbs. So this is the process of photosynthesis. This is the process of cellular respiration. You with me? Okay, so let me get this again. Process. Oh, wait, let's get some color here. And I'm going to choose a different one so it doesn't mix. This is the process of cellular respiration. So cellular respiration, CR. And this is the process of photosynthesis. This is what is passed on when we eat the plant, which is carbohydrates. You with me so far? Makes sense. Looney, is it making sense to you, my girl? She sits there like, say, are you getting this? I don't know how you feel, but have you noticed when Looney is like, hasn't got a clue? It's always, so good, so amazing. What, Looney, you'll learn one day, my girl.
Yes, one day.
Right at the go. So improve your skills. Let's have a look at this. Okay, next question. look at these two reactions that take place in living organisms. So here we go. Look at the two reactions that take place in living organisms. Okay, here's the first one. Reaction A, reaction B. In reaction A, we're taking oxygen and glucose, and we're making carbon dioxide and water. Am I right? You with me? That's what it says there. Next one, process D. We're taking carbon dioxide and water, and we're making oxygen and glucose. So it's the complete opposite. Yes or no? Looney? Okay. Keep watching. Keep watching. I'm going to make you famous in a few seconds. Right? Few seconds famous. Here we go. Okay. Which of these two reactions take place in plants and animals? Hey, hold on. Whoa. Hey, that doesn't make sense, does it? Okay, let's look at this again. Reaction A is where we take oxygen and glucose. Yeah, I mustn't move that. That's not good. Oxygen and glucose. We take oxygen, we take glucose, okay, and then we do something to them. We use them, and we make carbon dioxide and water. Yeah, and we release energy. That's the first one. Now, in my mind, Looney, if I'm not mistaken, that's cellular respiration. Yes. Okay. This one is carbon dioxide and water, okay, and we're going to use it, and we're going to make oxygen and glucose. That's photosynthesis, yes. Okay, now the question is, which of the two reactions take place in plant and animal cells? Both. Oh. You know what? Maybe I put the question wrong. Huh? Jenny, what do you think? Do you think I put the question wrong?
I don't get it.
Okay, well, let me put it into simpler terms for Lulu.
Takes place in plants and animals.
Plants and animal. Which process? I mean, this one is we using
Cellular
oxygen.
respiration.
Okay, this is cellular respiration. Don't do that. That is cellular respiration, right? The bottom one is photosynthesis. So the one is making food.
Yes.
The other one is using it. And I'm saying, which one do plants and animals use?
But animals don't photosynthesize.
Exactly. So it can't be this one, can it? Let's just get there. It can't be this one, can it?
No.
Can it? No. Can it be this one? Do plants use oxygen and glucose? Hey?
No. Is there a mistake in your question, or are you trying to trick me?
Never. I never make mistakes in my question.
Then what's going on?
Okay, let me tell you. Plants make the food, right? And they take it and they store it. But they still need to do stuff, don't they? So what do they need to do? They need to use their energy. Because why make energy if you need to use it? Right? If you don't need to use it, why make it? So we make the energy and we store it there. And now when it's time to make energy, what do? We take the stuff and we use the energy. And to use energy is called cellular respiration. So process A is saying that plants have to go through cellular respiration, just like every other cell. And animals do as well. So it has to be process A, reaction A. You all get where I'm coming from? That is why at night, for instance, they will go and take the plants out of a hospital because it uses the oxygen instead of the carbon dioxide. Very clever, huh? Next one. Which of the two reactions take place? Okay, so it just carries on there. Which of the two reactions take place in plants? Come, Looney, which one only takes place in plants?
Photosynthesis.
Which is number?
I can't see.
Oh, you can't see.
B.
B, clever girl. Has to be B. Very, very nice. Which reaction represents photosynthesis?
B.
Good one. And then, here we go. Name one substances used up in the reaction. Name one substance used up in reaction A. So if we have a look at this, name one substance used up in reaction A.
One substance.
One substance that we use in reaction A.
Substance.
Yeah. Substance. Okay, it's not that difficult. It actually happens. Right, if I tell you now.
What are you saying?
Right, so it's very simple. We're going to use we need to use oxygen and we need to use glucose to be able to create energy. And what do we give off? The product is
Carbon dioxide.
carbon dioxide and water. So what are we going to use? Name one of them.
Oxygen.
Oxygen, very nice. And the other one, Looney, just for the fun of it?
Glucose.
Glucose, good girl. Oxygen and glucose. That's perfect. And she says she cannot do life science. When I'm finished with her, she'll be a buff. Huh? Hey, what do you think, Looney? I think I need a break.
I'll
you need a
speak sign
break?
language again.
Hey?
I'll speak sign language again.
Sign language. You just smile and swing your arms and say, we'll see you soon. She's lost it.
Challenge question, because you see, James doesn't understand when I don't talk, so now I need to talk so that James can understand.
Okay, now let me tell you how cool this is. I've just explained to Looney what I was talking about, or what Kay and I were talking about. What's that word?
Akiri.
Akiri.
Yes.
There we go. And I said it right, and it went like straight over her head.
No, I
But
didn't
it's fine.
understand.
We'll get it right, Akiri.
One day.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. Okay, here we go. The challenge question. Okay, first of all, gaseous exchange is perfectly fine. One of the questions that was asked. Can I say gaseous exchange? Gaseous exchange is when I take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide, or the other way around, take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide, or take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen, whichever one I said first, right? That is called gaseous exchange. Number one. That's perfect. Right, I cannot remember who it was.
Who?
I was just going through it because we didn't have a long time, so I needed to see all of you people. Right, and I know there was a couple of questions, right, and I am going to try and answer them as quick as possible, but challenge is always good. Okay, so the question was, right, the light phase and dark phase of photosynthesis leads to yada, yada, yada. State, where is my pen? Right, there it is. State the function of ATP and NADH2 during the process of photosynthesis. What is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. It's an energy carrying molecule. Cool. What is NADP? It is a carrier. It's a hydrogen ion carrier. It carries the hydrogen ion. Why do we want to where do we want to carry the energy in the ATP and the hydrogen of the NADPH2? Where do we want to take them? We want to take them to the dark phase. Now let's see what actually happens. It's very simple. Okay, the ATP provides energy so that the dark phase can happen. Okay, so it provides energy so that the dark phase can happen. Provides us with the energy required for the reaction to take place in the dark phase. Exactly like I just said it. Right, now, the NADH2 provides the hydrogen, right, that we need to join to the carbon and the carbon dioxide. So it takes the it takes the hydrogen that we need to join to the CO2 to form organic compound called glucose. So we need it to form glucose, right? During the dark phase, the energy that required for this reaction of the dark phase, okay, that's where we get the ATP. That's where the energy is coming from. The ATP comes along, it says, here's the energy, store it in that molecule called glucose. That's where we're going to store it. That's where we get it from. Okay, then the NADPH provides the hydrogen. They all come together. They make the organic compound called glucose, and that all happens in the dark phase. So let's just sum up the dark phase and the light phase after we've done this. Okay, light phase, this is where we grab all the ingredients. Okay, try this out. Light phase is going to a shop to go fetch all the stuff we're going to bake a cake with. Okay, dark phase is in the kitchen making the cake. So light phase, we're going to get the hydrogen, we're going to get the energy, right? Dark phase, we're going to take the energy and we're going to take the carbon dioxide and we're going to take the hydrogen and we're going to make that big thing called glucose. Nice. Do you understand that?
Mm-mm.
Are you sure? Good. I'm happy. Now, Looney, please give me some questions there.
Okay.
Give me some questions.
Can we just get this out of the way? Everyone seems so confused.
Sure.
Online is asking for the full spelling of ATP.
You don't need to know it.
Oh,
That's why we're giving it as ATP.
all right.
Adenosine triphosphate. Okay. Adenosine is not that difficult. Okay. Just trust me. ATP, adenosine triphosphate. I'm just giving it to you so that you can understand why we're doing it, why it's called ATP. P stands for phosphates. Okay.
All right. Nemaguva. Nemagu. Wow. Vuni.
In other words, you got a magnificent name.
Yes, that one. Why can't the leaf be the one to absorb carbon dioxide?
Why can't the leaf?
Yes.
The leaf does. What happens is through the stomata, right, that little hole, oxygen and carbon dioxide can move in and out, but it's got to be through the hole. Okay? Remember that around the rest of the leaf, you get this cuticle on the epidermal layer, right? That stops water loss and it stops it from getting injured and all of that, right? So what that does is it stops it. So now the plant's got to make a way to get rid of water, that's too much water, and to get the oxygen and the carbon dioxide moving. So it created these little things called the stomata. And the stomata have guard cells, little guards that stand there and say, okay, you're allowed in. That's it. Wait, your turn. You get where I'm coming from. Hey, Looney, does that make you understand? Okay, what's next?
Tutsani is asking, please explain why you chose reaction A for 2.1.
Reaction A for 2.1. What was 2.1? Let's go back up. Let's see. And back. And back. Now, you will see that there's a lot of questions, right? Let's go back. 2.1. Which of the two reactions take place in plants and animal cells? Okay. Now, plants, they go through photosynthesis. Now, you were told your whole entire life, am I not right, Looney? Even in your primary school, you were told plants make their own food for themselves. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Us as animals, we go eat the plant and we steal their food. Yes. We robbers. Yeah. Simple. Cool. Now, listen to that saying from the beginning. Plants make their own food for themselves. Okay? So it takes the energy, it makes the food. Now, what's the point of making the food and putting it there and leaving it? Oh, don't need it. Okay? The process of taking that food, right, and burning it to make energy, okay, is called cellular respiration. Okay, so even plants go through cellular respiration. But they're the only ones that can photosynthesize as well. So all plants, all animals go through cellular respiration. But only plants goes through photosynthesis. Makes sense, Looney?
Yes.
Okay, what else do we have?
Beauty is asking, can a plant with yellow leaves undergo photosynthesis?
Plants with yellow leaves. Now, it's not actually, I suppose it is a bit yellow. It depends on how you're looking at it. It's normally a very, very, very light green. Okay? If it's got a very, very light green, it's trying to absorb as much as possible. It's not getting a lot of sunlight, and that's why it's very light green. Okay? But you get plants, for example, that have got different colored leaves. That's for attraction. Okay? Like, yeah, try this one out. Leaves that are modified are called flowers. How did you know that, Looney?
Huh?
So your rose petals are actually leaves.
Oh.
They're modified leaves. Okay? So that's fine. But you get these plants with yellow leaves. Okay? Look at carefully. When it comes to autumn, what color do those leaves turn, Looney? Can you remember?
The leaves
Yeah, when it comes to autumn, okay, what happens to the leaves?
turn brown.
They turn brownish yellowish, hey?
Mm-hmm.
That means that the chloroplast, those leaves actually started to die. So the chloroplast has left. And now you're going to see the real color of the leaves or other pigments coming through. And that's why they've gone yellow. So they shouldn't photosynthesize at all. They're dead. They're going to fall on the ground, and that's why they become so crunchy. Okay.
Valentia is asking which gas is released during the light phase and why?
Which is
Which
given
gas?
off during the light phase.
Yes.
Well, it still needs to take in. During the light phase, you're not going to use as much gas. You are going to use it all in the dark phase. That's where we use our carbon dioxide from. Okay, so we're using dark phase for carbon dioxide. But what I'll do, I've got all the notes for you. It's all down. Okay, but I need to rush. We need to go. We don't have much time left. Hey, Looney?
It's like 5 seconds.
5 seconds. But I miss you, and I missed you lots, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, guys, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in.